Black Panther has grossed more than $633 million from ticket sales, making it the highest-grossing superhero movie in the franchise. Coming in second place with $623 million gross sales is which of the following Marvel movies? A. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. B. Marvel's The Avengers. C. Iron Man 3. Or D. Spider-Man.
Ooh.
And which Spider-Man is that?
That would be the Tobey Maguire.
Toby?
Oh, that
original
one.
Toby.
That one
was a
is a
good one.
contender. That was a contender.
That's-
The first Spider-Man.
I think that was probably still only $300 million. I don't know, man.
I think that, you know what? Now thinking about it, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, was the one that set the difference to the whole superhero thing. I think that one was kind of really opened up the superhero thing. Besides Batman.
Well,
and all
did
that.
the X-Men?
before
Did that come out?
X-Men.
Spider-Man came out before X-Men?
I think
so.
Spider-Man came out before. Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
that was like the new wave of superhero kind of thing where it's like, wow, this is really good. Superhero movies are usually very corny and
Yeah.
kind of even the Batmans that I love because I love comic books and stuff. I like those, but then Spider-Man was the one that it was like everybody liked it. You know what I mean? Like people even who didn't like comic books or superhero movies really like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
He
okay,
did, I thought he did a great job. I really.
yeah, he was good. He
the
just
first one.
the third one was a piece of crap. Like
Ooh.
when he's like dancing, he's
Oh,
all
the
goth.
dancing scene.
The
I knew that
dancing
was gonna
scene.
come up.
That's what it
You know
was.
what? I liked it. I don't
You
care.
like the dance?
I
Oh
even
my
like Venom.
God, you like the
Yeah.
dancing scene. That's
I don't care.
and
'Cause it was
Topher
still
Grace,
in
and poor
his
Topher
character.
Grace.
Poor
I feel
Toph.
bad for Topher, man.
Old Toph.
Yeah, being thrown into that movie because he was great in the '70s
Yeah.
shows. I
Yeah.
liked him. I thought he was gonna be great, and I think that movie ruined his career. I think that I really do.
Well, Topher, I liked you as Venom, so you got one fan. Okay, so again, we got A, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, B, Marvel's The Avengers, C, Iron Man 3, or D, Spider-Man.
I think I'm gonna go with Avengers.
I'm thinking the same thing, but he
Avengers.
always tricks me on this.
That's
Here's
what
where
I've
I.
noticed from your podcast.
Yeah,
is
he always.
Rico
tries-
doesn't go for the audience guest.
Yeah.
He goes for the what's Scotty trying to
He tries to get
you
into my
know.
mind.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because I don't think that's it. But I think that we're at a point where a lot of people are going to the movies.
Yeah.
I don't even think Black Panther would have been. It's just people are going to the movies now because of these movies.
Timing.
Go.
Okay, all right. So the answer was B, Marvel's The Avengers.
Yeah,
Alright.
good job, Brett.
Good job, Brett. All right, yeah, it made $623
It makes
million.
sense. That was the best out of those all. I think the Avengers, the first one was better
Yeah, I'd
than
agree.
Iron Man
Yeah.
3 was.
Well, the Iron
Yeah.
Man 3 made $409 million. Spider-Man made $403 million, and Guardians of the Galaxy is up to $389.8.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a great movie, but it wasn't that great. You know what I mean? It was like.
but it is the newest.
That's what I
isn't
thought.
it? So
Yeah.
inflation.
I like
That's what I was going
Yeah.
for. Inflation. And going.
Well, yeah, this is adjusted for inflation. This is boxofficemojo.com.
Okay.
Adjusted for inflation.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, look at you.
Yeah,
All right, go next.
All right.
So, well, wait. What's the score?
So right now we got
1-0.
1-0
All right, go.
with Brett in the lead. Number 3. High school students Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster grew up in the 1930s Depression era reading the adventures of their favorite heroes. Inspired to create, Jerry wrote and Joe illustrated what would become one of the most prolific and iconic superhero stories,
Superman.
Superman. The origin of Superman was not originally an alien sent from a dying planet to survive on Earth. Which of the following was the first Superman story? Was it A, Bill Dunn, a homeless man is offered food and clothing in exchange to be experimented on? B, Dr. Bill Dunn, a military scientist, is affected by an experiment gone wrong when he is trapped inside a room and radiation alters his genes? C,
That's Dr. Manhattan.
C, rather than the Moses-like story we currently have, it was more of a Christ-like story where Bill Dunn was birthed to a virgin Martha Dunn, girlfriend of Jonathan Kent, in the rural town of Smallville, Kansas. Or D, Bill Dunn is a mild-mannered teenager from Smallville, Kansas, and is chosen by a powerful wizard to be the defender of the innocent. So, A, homeless dude. B, Dr. Manhattan. C, Jesus Christ.
Or Hulk.
Or, yeah, and Hulk. And D, mild-mannered from Smallville, Kansas, chosen by a powerful wizard.
I'd say C, the Moses story for Superman.
I'm going with D.
D, and C, the Moses story. D, the mild-mannered. That's actually the story for Shazam.
I know.
Oh.
Damn. That's what I was thinking. Like, that's where they stole it from. Yeah.
The answer was A. Originally, Superman was a homeless guy that was in line waiting for food in the Depression era, and a guy comes up to him and offers him food and clothing in exchange to be part of an experiment. And he's given this serum, and he gets all these powers.
It's Captain America.
But then, except he turns into a villain, and he starts doing all these terrible things, and he ends up killing the doctor, and then he wants more serum, and he can't get it, and he loses the power.
Oh.
And so it's like this terrible story, and they couldn't sell the story.
The story dead ends at a
dead
hobo
bad guy
somewhere in the alley. Yeah.
All right. Well,
it also depicts homeless people really badly.
So here's what interesting thing. So they reworked this thing to try to sell this comic, and they finally made him to a hero. They were inspired. So one of the guys came up with this idea to make him this powerful guy that would help people, and they go find this DC Comics, so that they'll buy the comic. They sell the comic for $130, and this is for the rights of the whole comic. So 13 pages and $10 a page.
Damn.
They sold all the rights to Superman.
I mean, $130 probably to them.
At the
sounded
time?
like that was a lot of money for them.
40s.
Yeah.
Well, they say this is the America's second worst deal. This is the second worst deal in America, with the first being the Louisiana Purchase.
Damn.
They got screwed over.
Yeah, they ended up later on. They worked for DC Comics, and they ended up getting some money. The DC Comics did give them more money,
cool.
but nothing like.
Yeah.
I mean, all the money that those movies
They
have
worked
made.
in the mailroom at DC for a while.
Yeah.
So you got this character Superman, and how it's evolved over time. I mean, originally he's just a guy that had a little bit of powers, and then he would get more powers, and then he had X-ray vision, and it's just too
Heat
much.
vision.
Laser beam eyes.
Yeah.
It flies
They
so fast,
overpowered
you
him.
Change
Yeah.
time. Come on.
They way overpowered him.
Did you
Like,
guys see the new Superman movie?
You're talking about the Justice League?
Not Justice League. This is like the very first Superman that came out with Amy Adams as the.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I hated that movie. Hated it. That end fight scene.
He snaps the guy's neck. Like
well,
at the end?
before he snaps Zod's head, there's a 30-minute destruction of Metropolis,
Oh,
and that seemed to go on forever.
right,
And I hated that part of the movie.
right.
And then I watched Superman vs. Batman, and the movie starts off with that fight scene.
Yeah, the same part where you left off, and you hate it.
I hated that so much. So why am I
Yeah.
going to start over again?
But you know what's weird for me? It's like Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
He's
Zack
the
Snyder.
one. He's the one that does all these superhero movies now, right? For the DC
For DC,
comic?
yeah.
Right. But he did Watchmen, and I love Watchmen.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Frank Miller's story was so much of a better
Yeah.
story. But I think he did great on that. But I think they haven't gotten it together with the stories.
I
you
think
know?
it's always a story.
Right.
Zack Snyder's might be a great
great director, but like
The
they're not
writer?
giving him something good because. And I was just telling you guys earlier, like a lot of these stories, they get so changed from the original source that I think that's the problem. They try to make a movie for people that don't know comics. Don't do that. Do it for comic people, and you're gonna see people fall in line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what Marvel did. They suck. Like they were. I saw a meme where it's like DC Comics actors like train for the movie, and they're like all doing like CrossFit and doing this. How do like Marvel actors train for the movies?
Yeah.
They read comic
They're
books.
sitting there reading.
They read
yeah.
comic books.
Yeah.
They learn what their character's about. They try to act like the character, and that's more important than how buff or how many reps you can do.
Definitely the
Like
story.
Ben Affleck, training to be Batman or something like
Right.
that. And
Well, I think you look at Michael Keaton,
right,
portraying Batman in a Tim Burton.
right.
That worked for me. That really worked.
Even
he was
in
great.
80s, 90s, yeah.
Christian Bale as Batman. I think that, like you're saying, the source is really good. Like Batman as a story
right.
is already a good story. As long as you
Right.
can keep to
The
that
original
character
material. Yeah.
and get those villains in there, you're going to have a good story.
So what happened in between, where there was the whole Gotham City turned into a neon circus, Riddler, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, those movies. Oh my God, those
Jerry
movies are
O'Connell
so
as
bad.
the Robin.
Oh my God, yeah, Chris O'Connell.
Chris
right?
O'Connell.
Yeah.
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Oh my God.
No, the ground is
seriously.
talking about bad lines. You mentioned a horrible
Real
line
cheesy.
earlier.
The
Horrible
story-
line.
The character
earlier.
was there, like DC set it up, but how could you fail off of
Yeah,
Batman?
you have-
You made it too kitschy.
I'm gonna go back to like Batman versus Superman. Epic horrible line is when he's about to kill Superman and he says what?
What did you say, Martha? Come on.
God, like, oh my God! Everybody, I think, the whole theater.
We'll tell the scene. So if someone hasn't seen the movie, and
Right.
we don't worry about spoiler alert because the movie sucked. That's a spoiler alert for you.
Spoiler: the movie's
Tell the scene. What led to that happening?
Okay, you want to go, Brett? Go for it.
Basically, Batman's kind of fed up with Superman and his collateral damage and the destruction he's doing without regulation and any check from society or anything like that. So he goes on a tangent to defeat Superman, comes up with a weapon to defeat him, finally gets him on the cross ropes. He's about to take him out, and Superman says, "Save Martha." And Batman goes, "What?
What did you just say?
Martha? My mom's name is Martha." And Superman's like, "Well, my mom's name is Martha." They're both like, "Whoa!"
Mind blown.
The universe explodes and the movie ends.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And I was telling about, like, I love, there's this Deadpool comic book where Deadpool's about to take out Punisher. He's got his gun in his face, and he goes, "Did you say Martha?" Like, to make fun of all that. Like, I was just dying when I saw that. I was like, perfect. It just made fun of, like, the most ridiculous part of that movie.
It's in the writing, man, sadly.
I'm watching a Superman movie, and they're just totally destroying Metropolis, and buildings are going down, and there's no Metropolis afterwards.
Right.
And I'm just thinking, I don't think the insurance company's going to cover that. I mean, it's going to say, like, acts of God and superheroes, and we don't cover
State
that.
Farm guy comes out.
You're in
see
good
the guy-
hands. You're in good hands.
I want to see, like, the guy with the tan pants and the red shirt on the phone, like, say it again, someone flew in your building and just destroyed it?
Right.
I don't think that's covered.
Right. Did you have any other questions? Because I have something I wanted to talk about. real
Any
quick.
trivia questions?
Yeah.
We're still doing that?
That's it.
That's it. Who won?
We got Brett's the winner.
Brett, oh, God
Wow.
dang, I
Who
lost
won?
again. This is my second loss. I think we're not going to have anybody in
And
the
no more
podcast.
guests.
No more guests because I lose every time someone's in. So the other thing I was going to talk about is DC Comics, their movies. I watch them because I like comic books.
Yeah.
I get through them. Okay, I get through them. That's how I'm going to put it. I get through the movie. They're entertaining to a level, but I mean, compared to the Marvel movies, they're just. I feel bad. It's almost like you're embarrassed for someone else. You're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
really,
Ooh.
guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you spent all that money? You spent all that money on that? Ooh, that's gonna hurt." But that being said, DC probably, I would say, and obviously is debatable. I think their cartoon movies. If you ever get to check out their cartoon movies, they're on Netflix and they make such great cartoon movies with like intricate plots and they stick to the source material, so they're so much more entertaining.
Are you
I was
talking
like,
about like Teen Titans? And
Well, I watched The Killing Joke.
yes,
I never read the
That is-
comic, but I did watch the cartoon, and it was really good.
yeah, that's right. Why don't they do
Is
that?
that
Like,
rated R? Is that a rated
yeah,
R?
I think they're rated
cartoon?
not
Batman
PG at
cartoon.
least. They're
When
not
you get
PG.
your mom's permission to watch it, but you can watch it.
They totally should watch it because they're gruesome. Like one of those, like Batman like snaps the Joker's neck or something on it or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the other one, it was like a Suicide Squad. Again, like a movie that was supposed to be great and it just wasn't. But if you watch the cartoon, oh my God, it was so much better and it was just like what you would think you would want to see on the big screen. Their Flashpoint, if you ever see Flashpoint, which is kind of like what Justice League is doing right now. It's called the Flashpoint Paradox, and it's their cartoon version. I mean, It's
Yeah.
great. It's amazing. Like their storylines and everything. Like
Can you check it out now on Netflix or Amazon?
I think it's on Amazon. Most of the DC stuff is on Amazon, so you got to really
Yeah.
look for it.
I did
so.
watch